What's up guys, PPD here, and welcome to episode 86 of my road to Manchester City. Speaking of City, we did beat Southampton over the weekend. Pretty convincing win. It was a pretty even game until we scored that first goal, and then we just scored the other ones, and it was a good win. But yeah, honestly, at times I thought we weren't going to get a win in that game, which would have been bad because Liverpool ended up winning today, Sunday, and they're on top of us now. But yeah, as you saw right there in our trade pile, we sold some Russian guys for a lot of money, and those guys are from marquee matchups. The reason they were going for that high was because you needed a high rating, I think, for that marquee matchups, and you also needed Russian players. So those guys went for a lot. I just kind of wish I had more, but it is what it is. But we also went ahead and completed that Legend SBC kit right there. And we don't get a Legend necessarily, but we do get a kit. And it's a pretty nice kit. I just won't be using it because it's red. And that would be a crime to use in this series. But yeah, a pretty nice SBC. I honestly didn't see that one coming. I would have preferred a lone Legend, but I guess it doesn't really matter anymore since we don't really play Foot Champions anymore. But still, a Legend would have been nice. But you take what you get, I guess. We also went ahead and did some more teams right there, I think. I missed it. In the League SBCs. And we're going to go ahead and play a game in Division 1. Because we have to try and win Division 1, obviously. I think we're currently 1-1, if I'm not mistaken, in Division 1. Which isn't great, but isn't bad. We could be 0-2, so looking to get a win in this next game over here. And we come across this, and this was something, all right. A very godly team. The guy's team name is Top 100. His club name is like Banter or something, so you just know it's going to be a fun time when you come across that type of guy. And his team name was Top 100, and actually made me want to search him up on FootWiz, who actually like calculate people who get top 100, and he was there, but I don't think he actually finished top 100. I think what FootWiz does is, by the way, Jesus misses a sitter right there, and that is going to be something to remember. I think what FootWiz does is, if you ever get into the top 100, even if you like let's say the first day you play 10 games pretty quickly and you win like 9 or 10 of them, it puts you, bravo, what a save. It puts you into the top 100. Obviously, if you don't end up finishing in the top 100, it doesn't matter because it's still logged you in as a top 100. So I think that's what happened with this guy. While he didn't finish top 100, he was top 100 at one point or another before he finished his games. But yeah, we've got a little bit of everything happening in this game right there. De Bruyne misses a sitter. Jesus misses a sitter early on too. And Bravo does a wonder save. 3 of those things you wouldn't expect to happen in real life, except maybe that De Bruyne missing a sitter because recently he's been pretty poor. But yeah, it was an annoying beginning to the game. However, in the 45th minute over here, our opponent does a bad pass, falls right to Jesus, who gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan loses it. However, it does fall to De Bruyne, who makes it 1-0 at the end of the half. Right there. Finally, we get the goal after 2 missed chances, 2 easy chances missed, to be honest. We finally get that goal, and we head into the second half with confidence that we can possibly win this game, despite what the stats say right there. And we have a nice little 1-0 lead. And yeah, it was a pretty even game. Our opponent, obviously, his team was going to do damage, but I think we held off pretty well. He didn't create too many chances. That Bravo save was probably his best chance. So I was pretty happy about that. And it wouldn't take long for us to get our second, because in the 49th minute, we swing in a corner, and it falls to Jesus, who scores that, but can't score a sitter in the beginning. Also, we scored from a corner with a City team, something you would never see in real life, because I honestly don't remember the last time we scored a corner in real life. But it is what it is. And then, speaking of things you wouldn't imagine, this game is just full of surprises. Over here, Depay scores an off-balance shot with his weak foot. Now, fair enough, he has high finishing. This is his inform card. I think it's his best inform card, and he probably does have high finishing. But he has a 2-star weak foot, and he was off-balance. But once again, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He has high finishing, and he wasn't too far from the goal. So I guess it's fair that he scored that. But I don't want to believe that. Anyways, we're still winning 2-1. However, this guy's back in the game. And in the 60th minute, we went ahead and did some subs. Brought on Sane, and that was that. I usually bring on Sane and Sterling, but I wanted to keep it a little bit more defensive, which doesn't really make sense because Gundogan isn't defensive, but still I wanted to have it like that. And in the 71st minute, he misses an absolute sitter with Martial, something you don't see Martial do much in the game. And that was a little bit of a relief because we still held on to the 2-1 lead. And in the 80th minute, we went ahead and did the not the ultimate, but we went with an even more defensive substitution over here. I think we end up bringing on Fernando for Gundogan, and we also switched formation to the 4-3-3-2, which was pretty important because once we had the 2-0 lead, and I'm not sure if it was when we were winning 2-0 or when he scored his first goal, he switched formation to the 4-3-3-4, which is obviously one of the best attacking formations, especially when you need a goal in the game. So he went more attacking and I went more defensive over here. The 4-3-3-2 obviously is the perfect counter, I would think, to the 4-3-3-4 because it's literally the opposite. Instead of a cam, you have a CDM. And over here, 86th minute, I pass it to Jesus, who was going to be through on goal or something like that. And my controller died. I started to panic, but I managed to turn it on back in time before he can steal it and go away on the counter. And I end up scoring. So that was hilarious to me that my controller died when I'm up 2-1 in the 88th minute. Like, that just seems like something bad's going to happen. But it worked out. We turned it back on in time, and we won 3-1. The guy quit after that third goal. Found that pretty funny. And I'm surprised I actually got a win because people like that usually are just kicking the balls to play against. And he does end up messaging us after the game. It wasn't a really bad message. I think I may or may not show it later. Actually, I don't think I do. I might, but I'll talk to you guys about it now anyways. He ends up sending me a message saying, good connection. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely me, man, and not EA, because it wasn't me. I have decent connection. I don't lag in any game. I didn't even lag in that game, so it didn't really make sense. I don't know what he was complaining about. Maybe the button delay or whatever. I honestly am so bad at recognizing what bad connection is, unless it's like really bad, I think, in this game. I see a lot of people complain about connection, but I very rarely notice it. And I don't know if it's just me being dumb and not knowing what it is, or me just having decent enough connection to where it's not horrible. But yeah, he sent me a message saying, nice connection. I said, yeah, it's definitely me and not EA. And he just laughed. And I'm like, whatever, dude. It took him like a day. It took me a few hours actually to see his message because I didn't even know he sent one. He took a while to send it. And once I did send it, it took him a while to reply. Why am I still talking about this? It doesn't matter. But yeah, we went ahead and completed 3 more championship teams in the League SBC for the championship, obviously. And we have some packs that we're going to go ahead and open up here coming up. And I kind of want to complete more of these because they're not too expensive. But then, I don't want to complete them because I don't want to spend coins on it for silver packs that really don't mean anything to us right now. But I don't know what's going to happen come team this season. I might just go ahead and complete most of it. Who knows? We'll see. I still have a lot of bronze packs to open off screen and hopefully get more championship players because I am missing a lot of championship players. But yeah, we went ahead, opened up that pack, opened up the next one. Nothing in both over here. We do get Jack Butland, who I actually wanted a few months ago to replace Czech. Back when we did that whole swapping of Czech for De Gea and all that crap, my first choice was actually to bring in back Jack Butland, but I didn't have him in the club and I didn't want to buy him, which is really stupid, right? Because I don't want to buy Butland, who's 3,000 coins, but I go ahead and buy De Gea. But I guess my reasoning for that was because De Gea is regarded as one of the best goalies in the game. I didn't give him that much of a chance, to be honest, so he probably is the best goalie in the game, but whatever, I sold him. Czech, it is what it is. I feel like every goalie is pretty similar, and they're not that much different, so whatever. But yeah, we get Jack Butland. He's back in the club, and if I ever do play with that team again, and Czech pisses me off for some reason, then we'll go ahead and put Butland. But yeah, we open up an Electrum pack, which you guys know I hate, and we go ahead and pack Dost, So I guess my hate for this grew higher because EA remind us who we got in our marquee matchups inform pack right over here, as we get a duplicate Dost who we're going to keep like we did with the other one. He's not worth anything, but he's 86 rated, so eventually he'll be worth something. Next pack, another reminder by EA, as we get Subasic, who, if you guys remember correctly, we got in our monthly rewards as our best player. Well, not as our best player, but as our highest rated player. And yeah, EA is just laughing at our face. But we went ahead, took a look at the transfer list again, and we sold 3 Leroy Sanés. He scored against Southampton. I sold him immediately. However, we are in a bit of a dilemma. We have a lot of Sanés, guys. We have a lot of Sanés. And the 3 that I did sell were ones that I bought for under 60k. So I sold them for 65. I bought most of them between 55 and 58k, I want to say. There's the message from the guy, by the way. And so we made profit on those 3. However, we have a lot of Sanés left. And some of them we bought for 70k. So that's a problem, because if at his peak he was 65k when he scored, then it's going to take more than just a goal for him to go over the 70k mark to where we can break even or make money on the ones that we overpaid for. So not sure what's going to happen with that, but hopefully Sané does score a few soon, because I really want to get rid of those and be ready for team of the season. However, I have a feeling we're going to end up losing money, and I can only have myself to blame. I also showed you guys me putting a Nyang that I had in the club and I didn't even know about in the trade pile. I think I bought him for like 29k way back then. And he's also a guy who, much like Giuliano and Jovetic, haven't been good investments for me so far, because, well, Jovetic has been all right, but Giuliano and Yang, they've just been terrible. Zenit's actually playing right now. They're losing. Giuliano has been starting like every single Zenit game, and even when they win, he doesn't do anything. So I don't know. We're probably going to end up losing coins on Giuliano, Jovetic, maybe a couple of Sanés. And the Nyang doesn't really matter because we're only going to lose like 4,000 coins, maybe even less. But yeah, those investments failing is really annoying. But yeah, back to the games, right? We come across this guy, has a really nice team as well. Division 1 isn't a joke, man. People have serious teams that you would see in Foot Champions, and it's not going to be a walk in the park. And it didn't start off too well for us. Carlos Vela right there with an absolute screamer after he hits the post. And you know what? I can't take away anything from the goal, but the fact that EA gave me the false hope that he hits the post and I think I'm safe, but then it just falls right to Vela and he scores, is really, really painful. However, not too long after, we do get an equalizer right there with Aguero. Gabriel Jesus with a great run, great skill, and great pass right there. Definitely making up for what he missed in the first game. And over here, his dribbling right there, very, very nice. Great shot on his left foot, makes it 2-1, gives us the lead, and we are all happy at the moment. And yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Jesus, in that play that he gave the assist to Aguero, I actually did the wrong skill move, and I thought I screwed up the play, but it ended up working, and we scored with Aguero just in time. If I took an extra second with Aguero, he wouldn't have scored because the goalie was like right on him. But yeah, we head into the second half with a 2-1 lead. And in the 64th minute over here, Vela is trying to look for somebody to pass it to. Gives it to Modric. However, Otamendi does amazingly right there to take it away. Falls to Fernandinho. And we're going to go ahead and do a defensive... Well, not a defensive sub. This is actually a pretty attacking sub. And the fact that I even did this was kind of ballsy. I brought on Sterling and Sané. Obviously, the only reason it's more attacking is because... Yaya has medium low and Sané has high medium, so it's not that much more attacking, but it's definitely more attacking. And in the 80th minute, like, nothing happened after we did that sub of Sané and Sterling. We just went ahead and did exactly what we did in the last game, and we switched to the 4-3-3-2. We went more defensive over here. I'm not sure if I end up taking off Sterling. I think what I do is I take off Jesus and I put Sané at left wing, Sterling at right wing, De Bruyne down at center mid, which I don't really like. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about De Bruyne at center mid. But I bring on Fernandinho, and as soon as I complete the sub, the timer ran out. So I don't know if it saved or not, but it didn't matter because we held on and we won, and that's all that matters. So we get 3 points, 6 points in total, And what a good performance both games. 2 tough games, but we pulled through, got the win, and we are now sitting at 3-1, which is pretty decent. And I'm thinking that we are gonna stay up, guys, and that's great. As for the title, it's too early to tell, but hopefully we can continue this form and push for it. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the episode. However, I do want to show you guys something really quickly that I forgot to mention. I don't think it's like worth mentioning, but I'll do it anyways. This account is basically my main account when it comes to FIFA. I just don't have time to play on my other account. And every so often, I have friends that like want to play a game or so I go ahead and play them. I haven't played them too many times. I've played one guy twice, and the other guy twice. Yeah, I played on this account. So I don't know if you guys care or not, but there's some wins on the record, some losses on the record that are due to me playing friends. But yeah, it is what it is, right? I don't know if you guys care. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 86. My name is Pibby Deed, and I'm out.